Thank you for joining me for part 8 of our discussion on tone. And these videos are made for the JK brand, which can be found when you Google Brands by Andrea. You will find all the apparel and accessories with the original JK design on it. There's also some blog posts that you can read through and engage with. There's lots of detail regarding JK and women encouraging women, men encouraging women, etc. So do get involved. Do put your comments in the comment sections. And if you have any questions for me, I would like to hear it. And I'll be sure to respond as soon as possible. So today the subject is attention. Um, What's your thoughts on attention? Do you like attention? Sometimes I feel it can get a little bit too much when it's unhealthy, and I just made a couple of notes with regards to this. So, when it comes to attention, one pro would be admiration. So, if you really admire someone, it could either be, a role model. Someone that you observe to be a good leader that treats their people well and shows respect towards others, displays good values, etc. And maybe the person is ambitious and you really respect that ambitious part of that person, and you can see that the person is hungry to learn, so it literally stands out to you. So this is the reason you like pay attention to a certain individual. I would like to know if you do have a role model or someone like this in your life. Can you let me know in the comment section and let me know who the person is and why it is that you would give attention to this person, what your reasons are. And then part of that admiration section, I would like to mention maybe you are inspired by the person. Maybe you've observed perseverance through adversity. You know, the person has gone through a lot of difficult situations and sort of you witness them overcome these tough times, if I can put it to you that way. And that is something that I'd be inspired by. So let me know if that is the case. And then also, maybe you are encouraged by the person. Maybe when you speak to the person makes you feel good about yourself. The person is mature enough to let you know when you're doing well, let you know when you're doing good, and they understand that nothing will be taken from them in the situation where they are able to share some good energy and good vibes and etc. So the person might make you feel seen, appreciated, respected, whatever the reasons are for this. For those 3 points, I sort of like approve, like with regards to when it comes to attention, although it can be really unhealthy. For me, I like to also give an example, a personal example with regards to my own life. So when it comes to ambition, I feel like I'm an ambitious person. I like to, like right now, I'm a creator, but before that, I've worked in a different industry, and from a young age I've been like really working. um, there was a time in my life where I was really like, I was extremely focused on success, and Success meant to me that I would like be able to afford my own things, buy my own house, get my own car, do my own things. That was the main goal, because when I grew up back in the day, I was very much alone. I didn't spend much time with my parents. I was one to move from house to house, and so I wasn't around my parents a lot. And whatever I learned or observed, and over the years, I basically taught myself and I kept myself busy with regards to reading books and taking courses. And I was so focused on doing the best that I could do in order to succeed in that current position, in order to achieve those goals that I mentioned now. So I also observed a lot of struggling financially, and I remember thinking that I don't want to be in that situation. I want to be in a situation where I'm able to take care of myself, and yeah, I don't want to be in a position where I want to ask people like to assist me, you know what I mean? So that was way back then, and obviously I've gone through a lot of things in my life, and at this stage, I can say that I was put in a situation where I had to depend on other people again, because I thought I had to start over. But there wasn't a time in my life that I was like solely focused on success and just like hitting targets and making sales and doing the best that I could do and being the best that I could be in the jobs that I had. And so I still do have that ambition when it comes to my creative work right now. And um, so the point that I want to get to is that attention, when someone um, pays attention to you, then either they admire your ambition, or they like I said, this is the pro, um, admire your ambition, because you either a role model to them, they feel inspired by you, they feel encouraged by you for whatever reason. And I would like to know from you, why is it that you would give a specific person a certain amount of attention? Okay, so when it comes to unhealthy attention, let's talk about that. So, what about unhealthy obsession? Um, for me, um, I would say unhealthy obsession is related to someone not understanding boundaries. Like they would go beyond what's normal in terms of like what they are allowed access to. And that then leads to interfering in someone else's life. And I myself have experienced that quite a lot. And this is why I wanted to speak about this topic specifically. And I want to hear from you as well, if you have experienced similar situations where someone didn't understand boundaries, that they didn't know where or when to stop, and it led to impacting your life in a negative way. What's the best way we can handle a situation like that? So I had a situation, to make an example again, of unhealthy obsession, where someone was in my space, actually in my room, and I find out that this person actually read through my diaries. So those I used to write back in the day. I used to write a lot. I have a lot of books. I always mention to you, I'm currently writing a lot of books as well. You can check it out when you Google Brands by Andrea. Go to Shop Property Marketing and see my ebooks over there. I have another really exciting thriller that I will publish soon, and that one is called Savage Tales. So I will wrap that up ASAP. But just to let you know, I've got some great books that's going to be uploaded to the website soon. So, yeah, so in the situation, this person read my personal diaries, and it basically really upset me because when I wrote in my books, I wanted it to be only for myself, because when it is my creative work and I'm busy writing a book, I don't want anyone to see anything I haven't published yet, because it's private to me and it's sort of an exciting thing, and I would need to, it's like a rough draft. I still have to do some editing, and before I actually put out good work out there or something that I myself am happy with, then only it's okay for me for someone else to see it if I approve it. That is just how I am about my creative work. Same with my diaries. If I maybe wrote about the personal experience, then it's like me putting my thoughts on paper, and it's sort of like telling a close friend what happened in your life. And but if you wouldn't if you didn't feel, you didn't want to like discuss it with someone in person, you then wrote it down, then basically that information is private. I feel it shouldn't, other people shouldn't open things like that and start reading your personal information and your thoughts on what happened in your private life, because it can involve a lot of hurt and emotions and all that sadness and things like that. And for someone else to go through it and read through that because of um, curiosity and forwardness, and I just think it's inappropriate. But for me, luckily, I found a way to like be more confident and express myself now publicly. So now it's okay for me to chat to a friend and say this and that has happened, but I'm still very much about my creative work. Like, I don't want anyone to see it before I like put it out there, upload the book and say, I've got an ebook out there, check it out. It's for me to explain to people what it is about, or my sales reps to convey the message. Because what's the point of someone reading your entire ebook and you selling it? Do you understand what I mean? So anyway, we still on a con with regards to attention, and we're busy talking about unhealthy obsession. So that was one experience I had when someone, went through my personal information without my permission. And then I also know of another experience I had where someone was constantly wanted to know what I'm up to, constantly wanted to know where I was and what I'm wearing, and who I'm chatting to. And um, it was in such a bad way that they basically never took their eyes off me, because they wanted to make sure that I didn't do anything wrong. This person was actually more of a perfectionist, or they saw me as a perfectionist and wanted me to be perfect. But I'm not that. I mean, I was in that. I went through a phase where I was like that, but right now I'm on a buzz of authenticity, and I'm happier this way. But anyway, so this person was watching me to make sure that they don't miss anything or that I don't do anything wrong. And if they do see me do anything that they don't like, then they will basically make a public spectacle of it, and which I really, really didn't like. So when it comes to attention, this for me is a hell no. And what an healthy obsession can lead to is interference. I'm not sure if you experience the same, but I've experienced a lot of Let me put it to you this way. So, this is why I wanted to start with pros and cons of attention, because when someone sees you as a role model, it's a positive thing. They admire you. But when it becomes an unhealthy obsession, like for example, if you were in a work environment and someone watches you too much, and then it can lead to jealousy, and where it can lead to unhealthy copying. So then if it comes time for you to progress or to um, there's some potential for you to grow like professionally, then this specific person will interfere in that situation because they know a bit too much, because they've been watching you a bit too much. So they know exactly what's in the pipeline, or maybe you are bubbling about it to this person, thinking this person is cares for you, but meanwhile you are giving all the information that will compromise you at the end of the day. This goes back to part 7 that I explained to you, that you need to be able to distinguish which people are for you and like for you successfully and for good for your mental health, and which people are just not good for you at all. So what I wanted to just clarify is I have experienced situations where I just like trusted people too easily, and I just told them everything with regards to what I'm excited about, um, maybe what job I want to apply for or what role I want to apply for. Then they would try and put negative thoughts in my head to try and get me to not apply for that job, or not earn a certain amount of money because they didn't want me to have too much money, or to buy things that they were not able to buy, or become, maybe they thought I was going to become like arrogant when I had all this money and sort of like forget about them type of thing. In a professional space, I've also experienced that where people like try to compromise a promotion for me and compromise me succeeding, where they literally did everything they could to interfere with my job to make me look unprofessional, and identified everything that was wrong with my job so that nobody would see me as a good potential to move on to the next step professionally. So that is just whack, and that is just wrong, and I would like to know if you recall a situation like that. This is another thing that flies under the radar that nobody talks about really, and I think we should get it out there. And I don't think there's a reason, any good reason, for you to stop someone else's or block someone else's opportunity for a job, or for like a promotion, because that person has their own things personally and their own goals. So that is not for you to decide and to interfere with, and to sort of like have little plots and plans and try and compromise the person so that they won't get promoted and earn a certain amount of money and reach their goals because it's giving you a pain in the side. It it's not necessary. So I think in that situation, if you are like that, I strongly suggest that you speak to someone about it, or ask for help, or take a course, instead of focusing all your time on how you're going to compromise um, someone else's success journey. You know what I mean? It is not a good thing. It is not right. And I think that is something you need to work through so that you can allow other people to be successful as well. So that person might even encourage you. Maybe you can tell the person how you feel personally, and then that person can maybe give you a couple of tips as to how you can improve your own life, because we are all individuals, we are all unique, we all have our own strengths and areas of improvement. So basically, if that is somewhere you need to improve on, then basically you can talk about it, get it off your chest, and then just ask for some advice. And someone might put you on your own journey of success and do a SWOT analysis and see like how you can succeed, because you might be a creative person, but the other person might be a analytical person or someone that thrives in a different department, so that you won't necessarily be doing the same thing, but you can have success based on your own strengths, and that is where self-reflection comes in as well. So this is all related to a journey of peace and love, and I encourage you to do some self-reflection and to, there is space for other women to succeed. It is okay for another woman to earn a little bit more than you, because you might be at a different stage in your journey. It is okay for another woman to buy the car she wants. It is okay for another woman to buy her own house. And it is okay for a woman to travel if she wants to, if it's her choice. If you're not by the means because your situation is a bit different, then you need to do a sort of analyze what your situation is and how you can succeed in your own life. That's going to make you yourself feel happier as a person. And if you do need professional help, then get professional help. Gone are the days where professional help is an embarrassment. I know I was one of that people that thought that speaking to a psychologist was embarrassing, because I thought like, no, I don't want to speak to a psychologist or anyone to know that I'm speaking to a psychologist or a therapist. But it just helps you so much. I myself have been to sessions, and getting things off your chest in a private way, it really helped me. And there's nothing wrong with asking for help if you feel like you like up to something unhealthy. And then also, there's also situations when it comes to this unhealthy obsession, right? Where maybe someone doesn't want you to be happy. So maybe it's someone in your personal life, someone really close to you, someone that has struggled with relationships in the past. And now they don't want you to be happy. So they are telling you all kinds of stories of why relationship will not work, blocking your happiness. Do you think that that is uh, do you think that it's fair? Do you think that it's right to stop someone else from being happy? I personally don't think so. And if you disagree with me, I would like to know and understand better, like what your perspective is. Because I have also experienced all these things I'm talking about. I have personal experience with it. And therefore, I'm sharing it so that I can assist another woman with these challenges. If I can assist just one person, then that makes me happy. But I do get a little bit annoyed when that happens, when someone tries to interfere in your personal relationship. Like when you are sort of like dating someone, and then someone wants to say all the negative things about that person. I mean, if they want to give you a reality check because they think that you may be living in the clouds and you doing something that's not good for you, and it's someone that really cares for you, then I'm all ears for that. You know what I mean? My ears are open to that. But if it's someone that is now bringing the negative vibes to stop me from progressing in this relationship, then I think that is just a no. Like, you need to understand, like, someone else's relationship. is not your business unless they want to make it public and they want to just like release certain information and ask for your comments. How that be, I mean, like, you shouldn't be speaking or talking or choosing for that person. Maybe you feel that that isn't your type. So now you want to um, stop your someone you know, someone close to you, from being with that person because it isn't your type. Isn't that a little bit selfish? I mean, have you ever experienced this or heard of someone that went through a situation like that? So now you would rather prefer this person to be single, or someone to, you want to suggest someone according to your liking to be with this person that will make that person less happier than what they could potentially be if they follow their own journey. And what if the person does want to proceed and is fully mature and can make their own decisions, and they want to really get to explore a relationship with that person, and they get hurt, they end up being hurt, then that is life. You know what I mean? Then that is their decision they made. It's their lesson to learn. It's for them to progress from there and decide what they want to do. If they ask for your help, then okay, then you can help them if you can. But don't make the decision for them, especially when it comes to other people's relationships. Be very mindful when it comes to crossing boundaries, and like way to, stop interfering. I had a personal experience. Like, I also said a couple of things to other people, but then, like, way back then when I was in that childish phase, and I certainly regret it now. I think as an adult, I realized I shouldn't have said that. It wasn't my place to say it. And let me know your thoughts on this. Like, do people like, are they too extra when it comes to your personal life and thinking that they can, they think they maybe are in your shoes and they want to decide for you. So let me hear what you think about that. My question today is, have you ever experienced someone interfering in your private life? And what is the best way that you can handle a situation like this? Remember, like I said, this is a journey of peace and love. We want happiness to come from the situation. We want open discussions. It's a little bit the brand makes you a little bit uncomfortable, but there's no growth if you're going to be comfortable all the time. You know what I mean? You need to sort of, it's like, need to sort of face problems and think of solutions. And why can't we do that together as a female community, and with the support and encouragement of men? And I want to say that I have a couple ideas for like a men's brand, and that focuses on men's mental health and supporting them specifically. Like I mentioned again, I have four brothers, and their mental health is very important to me, and their happiness. And it's something that I would like to create very soon. But for now, this is a female brand, and I have observed a lot of men actually getting involved, and you can see that they genuinely do care for women. And I've seen a lot of good things when it comes to men supporting their partners and supporting other women, and being so protective, and being so encouraging. And it is just well done to those men. And I do have something in the pipeline in terms of creating that brand, but this is the JK brand. We are focusing on women being themselves, women being distinctive, authentic, and powerful. It's exciting. It's something we can all discuss publicly, and we can work through work on solutions so that we can live a healthier, a happier life. So let me know what your comments are. You can comment on my blog post on my website, or you can comment on YouTube. If you want to debate with me publicly, then we can set up a video call as well. Okay, I'm looking forward to hearing from you.